When the airplane was invented prior to World War I, the leading military expert of France, Marshal Foch, who would win fame in the battles of World War I, he stated, "Airplanes are interesting toys, but of no military value." When David Sarnoff, founder of NBC, was first talking about radio, his associates said, "The wireless music box has no imaginable commercial value. Who would pay for a message sent to nobody in particular?" Radio. That makes sense. How about this? IBM. Now, this was in the 40s where computers had been invented, but the computer was the size of an entire room, an entire house. And what your smartphone has more computing power than the computers that sent man to the moon in the 60s. So you go back to the 40s, you had this huge monstrosity that would take up a small house or a large room. And so Thomas Watson, the chairman of IBM, at the cutting edge of technology, said, "I think there is a world market for maybe 5 computers." He was slightly off. In the 70s, when they started talking about personal computers, that was a leap of faith. And so Ken Olsen, president of Digital Equipment Corporation, at the cutting edge of the computer business in those days, 1977, he said, "There is no reason for any individuals to have a computer in their home." Now, that could be true. But here are people who are experts in their field. These aren't just people, day laborers just taken off of a job and asked, "What do you think about radio and television and telephone and computers?" These are experts in the field. Their whole job is to study technology and to plan for the future and invest in the future. But yet, there's a lack of vision. There's something about human nature that we settle back with what is comfortable and known, and we hesitate to step into the unknown no matter how great it is. On a human level, that's somewhat understandable because we are certainly imperfect, fallible creatures. But when we trust in God, then we need to understand that God's vision is not impaired, that God's power is not limited, that God's word is not shaking. But when God gives you a promise, He has the means to fulfill it. When God speaks into your life, it's time to step out by faith. It's not time to shrink back from the promises of God, but it's time to stand on His word, to move forward at God's command, no matter what life brings against you, no matter what circumstances surround you that would defeat you, no matter what the devil might say. Just remember, when the devil says you can't, God says you can.